Hey guys, I'm Morthadon, and we are back for My Hero Academia Vigilante, Season 1, Episode 6. So, last time we had a amazing story with Popstep being saved by Koichi, which was really neat. I liked that story. And then she's been saved multiple times since she's been in the story with us too by him, so I want him to find out, but with anime and TV shows, sometimes when the first attempt gets botched, it just never happens, so we'll have to see. We also have a new character, which I really... Standhal, there we go. I thought I looked at the wrong thing. I thought I had, like, the spelling really, like, poorly written with my bad handwriting. But yeah, Standhal, who seems to be a vigilante but killing people rather than just letting them get into custody. So I'm curious how, if our characters are going to encounter what he does, which I imagine they will, what will they do? How will they handle it? Will they... I can't imagine they'll be accepting of it, but will they be against it enough to try to stop him? So, also we had B Lady, which I wrote her name down and can never... Hachisuka? Probably saying that poorly, but she seems interested in him too, so I wonder... I talked at length in the discussion about what she's gonna do. So, yeah, let's watch the episode and find out. Alright guys, we're gonna start here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. Oh, we also had the one spiky dude that is in trouble as well. And he tried to talk to our group and... Hmm. The Yakuza's still around in this world. Hmm. Damn. No drunk driving. Several months ago. Overwhelming quirks, damn. Okay. Hmm. Damn. Oh shit! The Iron Man. So Stendhal tried to go after these guys. The manhole. Oh! He's fucking Stain! What happened? So, is this before Stain, like, loses his nose? This is before he gets burned by Endeavor? Or whatever happens? Oh my god, I think I hear the voice now, too. What? This is also when he's going after bad guys and not going after heroes. Oh shit. Mr. Ordinary Man. Hmm. Interesting. Man, he's so young looking. Hmm. Damn, man. Nowhere in my. I just never factored in Stain as being Stendhal. Like, I guess maybe you could draw the conclusion because he's using a sword like Stain did, but man, if someone predicted that, I feel like it's the same voice actor, so I think that's the only reason I feel like you'd be able to like connect it. But I could be wrong. But it did sound like him. I think it is. Also, did he kill some of those Yakuza guys? Because didn't we see one of those Yakuza guys in before we jump because we saw the Yakuza guys, then we jump back to um Stendhal killing some of them, but then we unless that dinner they had was back several months ago too. Hmm. Or was this several months shit? Several months later after the dinner? I'm so like I forgot everything that happened earlier in the episode. Bunch of the people that are a part of the list. They seem like they carry each other a little bit. Just showing some menthols. Oh my god! That went quick. Hmm. Fair take. Hmm. Shit. I definitely I feel like oh shit. Landed in the hospital. I like the wording on that. I like that they don't seem to be wanting to do it again. It's kind of nice. Jeez. Oh shit. Wow, that's messed up. shit. Props to this guy. Frickin' bees. Oh, that's such a scary power. How do you fight off a horde of bees? Oh, they're all gonna inject him. Oh, how much are they giving him? Too much? God damn it. Ah, interesting. Oh. To be fair, some of the shit you did seems bad there, buddy, old pal. Oh, shit. He didn't get like this before. He just had more spikes but was still humanoid, right? Does he not realize that he was just drugged? He noticed it was a cry of grief. Wow, he recognized him enough. Yeah, he ain't listening. Oh shit, he can fire him out. Damn, and then he gets the blood. Yep. Well, trip him. We'll always go for the tripping. Makes sense though. He's just gonna carry him off. Oh shit. Nice, there you go. I don't know why you didn't do this to begin with. Ah, damn it. This is why his tongue is so long, so he can... I guess he does take the mask off. Damn. We know. We know. Maybe not everyone knows, but... I wonder if anyone watched this without watching MHA first, the original. Oh! Let's go! Damn! He just jumped off that building, landed, and he's fine. This is a cool mid card. Was that the first time we saw Knuckles mid-card? Hmm. Interesting, yeah. Shit. Ooh. What's he about to pull out? Oh, his little rope. Ooh. Damn. He's literally giving him a line. Oh. Alright, Knuckle, let's go. Oh! He came over the line. Oh, he literally crossed the line with this one. Damn. What a punch. Fair point. Wow. Ooh. I wouldn't underestimate him, though. Man, he got flattened. Jeez. Oh my god, those are the guys we remember. Oh my god. Yep, this is why I was saying don't underestimate him. We know how tenacious Stain can be. Oh, he got his blood. Gonna paralyze him now. With any luck, Crawler will be able to move. Yeah, he can move now a bit. Oh shit. Oh, so he's just leaving. Hmm. Guess he was pretty messed up. He's got like a scrape on his knee. It looks so minor. I don't know if it's just animated minorly. I find it kind of adorable that she just showed up with a med kit. Treating him differently, right? Saving people with a smile. Oh, did he see it? How she likes him. Of course, Stain's gonna live in a freaking dreary place like this. Sorry, Standhal. Wouldn't it be crazy if he, like, to firm his resolve, he cut off his own? Okay, it's in her eye. There's no way she's dead, but it'd be crazy if he, like, cut off his own nose. Wait, no. Wait, no! He fucking cut off his own nose! What the fuck? Well, ugh. So, did the bees stop it from going deeper? Damn. I had wondered back when we. Oh shit! Okay, that was a good episode. So back when we met Stain in My Hero Academia season 2, um, when it revealed his burns, there was a lot of people that when I watched like reactions and stuff, there's a lot of people that thought he lost his nose due to the burns. I thought it was weird that Burns would be able to, like, take a whole nose off the way that it was for him. I had always wondered if something else took his nose off. And, yeah, he got punched hard by Knuckle, and it messed up his nose real bad. And so he just, to confirm his resolve, instead of fixing it, he decided to cut it off. That's crazy. That's some resolve, alright. I wouldn't have the resolve to cut off my own nose, but holy crap. Okay. I do want to go back to the Yakuza stuff, because I feel like the Stain thing threw me for such a loop that, like, I feel like I didn't understand that scene to, like, the level that I should, even though I think it's just building up that character and revealing that it's Stain. I don't know that it's gonna play too big of a part, but that is it, guys, for episode 6. Okay. So where was the several months ago? So it does seem like the people in... Maybe they are different people, okay. Yeah, I guess they're probably different people. That guy has a scar on his cheek. Did the guy in the beginning have that scar on his cheek? I don't know. It actually kind of does look like him. Yeah, no, that's the same scar. Okay, so if I'm understanding this right, then they encountered Stain, but Stain didn't kill them then? Which is really interesting, because so far we've seen Stain kill everyone. But Stain went in. For whatever reason, suddenly all four froze up. He was going in there for and he used that instant to cut them all down. Huh. Jeez. Pretty sure that one lady got just hit in the heart with that blade. But I could be wrong. Yeah, I don't know. It seems like he killed them, but I'm a little confused just because of the fact that they were like... This was several months... Unless subtitles are wrong. But this just says several months ago. So, I don't know. I don't know, I'm a little confused there, maybe you guys can let me know. Unless the several months ago was supposed to be like them talking in the restaurant was several months ago. Or even earlier than that. And then it's just weird to have several months ago be shown after the meeting. It made it feel like that's what happened in the past. Was Standhal coming in and attacking them, and then later they were talking about it in the restaurant. Or not talking about that, but like just talking. I don't know. Either way, whatever. It doesn't matter. I'm sure if we see the whole Yakuza and gang stuff again, maybe it'll add some context that I'll understand a little more, or maybe it won't be too important, like the timeline in those events or whatnot, but anyway. As for the rest of the episode, really good. The discrimination stuff with Soga is interesting because it reminds me a lot of, Shinso from My Hero, which was like the brainwashing quirk guy who everyone was like, oh, that quirk's like a villain quirk, you know? Now, the difference here is maybe I didn't understand the flashbacks as much as I should have. It does seem like he might have been picked on a little bit, but then he'd get into, like... I don't know. It seems like he got into fights a lot, and then people called him a villain because of that, but then he just called them discriminating. Now, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they made fun of him, and then he got into fights, and then they called him a villain, you know, or like a villain, right? So, that's what was, like, a little confusing, I feel like. If we go back to that flashback... Yeah, she's like the rest, with that big grin on her face. See, like, the first thing we see is Soga hurt someone. And then, like, Mommy said, I'm not allowed to play with you. So it's like, I get it, if you're hurting kids, they're not going to want to be around you. So it's like, I don't know. It made it hard for me to feel bad for him. I just wonder if I'm, like, misunderstanding the scene or not. Like, did the kid he hurt deserve to be hurt, and that's why he feels scorned? Or does Soga just have, like, a victim complex where Soga does bad things, and then people blame him, and he gets mad that people blame him. You know, like that's kind of the feeling that I'm getting. He even like they even put that same he put that same grin on our characters, right? Koichi and Popstep. And it's like, yeah, because you were trying to assault. I'm pretty sure they even made like jokes like that. I'm pretty sure I was told that in the manga they had planned on raping Popstep, but in the anime they decided to tone it back a little bit. Yet, they're the ones discriminating him as a villain when he's clearly doing villainous things. You know, it just made it like if I'm supposed to feel bad for Soga, I don't really, based on that flashback. Now, Standhal going to murder him after he's been forcibly, like, I respect that he denied using the drug again. And the fact that he was force injected with it, and then Standhal, I don't know that Standhal realized that that's what happened, because he was like, oh, so this is how you're gonna act, you know? If this is how you're gonna act, then I'm gonna kill you. So it's almost like he doesn't, I don't think Standhal understood the situation at all. So maybe I'm misunderstanding that scene as well, but that's the vibe that I got, right? It's like a drug that makes you like lose your inhibitions and stuff like that. So it's not necessarily his fault for like the actions he's taking. Yet Standhal still blamed him. The only thing I can think of is that Standhal just misunderstood. So I felt bad for him there, but the flashback didn't do him any justice, in my opinion. You know, it feels like he just has a victim complex where he does bad things and then plays the victim afterwards, right? So. Anyway, I'm looking forward to learning more about him. There were like a few things like I mean the teacher like saying you get into fights day after day. They have a word for people like you, villain, you know? It's like once again, I mean, I guess kind of the point of the episode with the Yakuza in the beginning also talking about it was people like blanket term villain, and I think that might be what this episode was trying to get at. Is even the Yakuza was like, we're not doing the same thing that villains are doing, but we are still getting labeled as a villain. You know, like the Yakuza is known for like they do bad things, but they also do some good stuff too. Like I think they help their like neighborhoods and stuff like that. And, like, people have called, like, the Yakuza be, like, a preventative measure. I'm not in any way condoning the things that the Yakuza does. But I've heard stuff like that. I don't know if any of it's true, but other anime, like Chainsaw Man, represent that in a way where, like, they think they're a necessary evil for what they do. But now that heroes and villains have appeared in this world, they're just getting, like, blanket termed villain. And I think that's what happened to Soga here, is where Soga is just a delinquent, a kid, like, who's getting into fights, and they're using the term villain. And I think that's where, like, society is getting confused, and I think that might be where Soga's frustrations come from, is like, I'm not a villain, I'm just fighting people, you know? Like, there should be some kind of distinction there, and I do agree with that. So I can agree with Soga on that point, you know. So, but that cutscene didn't do any good for him of like being like, you know, he may not be a villain, but he's still not a good dude getting into fights all the time. Because like, I don't know, maybe he's being picked on and he's fighting back, and then everyone's like accusing him of fighting. You know, that's something that happened in like One Punch Man season 2. Was one of the characters on there was, you know, bullied, and then when he fought back, he got in trouble for it, you know? Even though, you know, they've raised the bullies up on a pedestal, and then the kid who was being bullied fought back, and he got in trouble, and the bullies didn't. So, like, if that's what's happening, I can understand his frustration. But once again, I just kind of feel like, don't judge me by my appearance. Like, I don't know if that was a moment where you know, did he fight? He has his like blades out. There's a guy laying on the ground. And he says, "Don't judge me by my appearance." I don't know if that was someone picking on him based on just how he looks, and that's why he got into a fight, and maybe that's why all the fights happened. I just think that that flashback could have been a little better. I really wonder how it was in the manga. I really wonder if it was better there than it was here. I may have one of my friends who doesn't mind like looking at all that stuff. I might have him check out the manga panel for this part just to see like if it was done better than the anime. So, yeah, we didn't he didn't finish what he said, did he? Grinning while they turn me into a monster. Okay. Yeah. I don't know, it really just depends. I need more context for that backstory before I can really judge Soga. But anyway, regardless of all that, we had, you know, obviously Stendhal being Stain. That was crazy to find out. I did not put two and two together. Obviously, I did this episode when he licked the blood. As soon as I saw his tongue, that's when like the realization started. And then he licked the blood and I was like, holy shit, you know. But before that, you know, last episode when he was introduced, I didn't believe it. So I wonder if what we saw this episode is when he starts going after false heroes, because right now he's going after villains. Eventually he starts going after the false heroes. And I wonder where that turn is. Is that, like, is the resolve he's getting now just to continue what he's doing? And then does something happen with a hero down the road that causes him to want to go after false heroes? And I wonder if that has to do with Endeavor, because I think Endeavor at this time was back when he was still very, you know, a shitty father and hasn't had any kind of redemption yet. And I think this is the kind of time when he'd really be against. Like, I wonder if Endeavor is going to be the one to turn him into the guy that goes after heroes that he doesn't believe are true heroes. So, that'll be interesting to see. But anyway, I love the fight with Stendhal and Knuckle. I love that Knuckle just literally put down a line and said, like, don't cross it. And I love how he just used the loophole of, well, I didn't say I couldn't cross it, you know? So it's like clearly, and honestly, I don't blame Knuckle for doing what he did, you know? He put down this line and he said, don't cross it. And we had Stendhal running at him full speed, you know? Like, he was clearly coming at him. There was no mistaking that, you know? He was just doing it in a way that gave him an advantage, so Knuckle was just like, okay, I see you're coming at me anyway, I'm gonna step over the line and hit you. Like, I just love it. I love that Knuckle uses whatever's in his arsenal, despite being quirkless, to beat these guys. Now, I do wonder, granted he was hurt, and, you know, psychologically trying to figure things out too. He didn't have his mask anymore, which he deemed himself like, when I put this mask on, I'm this guy. And now his mask was broken and it was off, so he didn't really feel like he was that guy anymore. So I really wonder if that's kind of why he retreated, because after he paralyzed Knuckle, I feel like it would have been pretty easy with Crawler just barely coming out of it to take them on. I don't think Koichi could have gotten Knuckle and Soga out of there before before Stendhal cut like one of them down or something, you know. So I think we really lucked out that he was going through some psychological shit and his nose was fucked up, you know, because like that could have gone really bad if he was in a more like level head. But yeah, I really wonder how, like, if we assume that Knuckle Duster is still around in like Stain timeline, right, where Stain is still like free and doing his thing, I really wonder if, like, how they compare. because obviously Stain, I feel like, gets way better than where he is here. And I feel like I don't think Knuckles stands a chance against the Stain we knew in season 2 of My Hero. But by that time, Knuckle might be amazing for all we know. Like, who knows if he's still out there doing his thing. Granted, he doesn't have like a quirk to improve, but there's only so much improving that Stain can do on his quirk. So it's such a cool matchup of being like, I just wonder if they're going to play off each other through the course of the show or not. Like, I wonder how that's going to work for Stain and Knuckle or Standhal, whatever. He hasn't taken on the Stain name yet, I don't think. So, I just wonder if they're going to play off each other with, you know, if Standhal doesn't have the blood, he's just essentially quirkless if he doesn't have someone else's blood. So he's kind of like on equal playing field with Knuckle, and I think it could be really cool how they play off each other in the future. But yeah, I'm invested. I'm loving the story. I'm loving the characters, and I can't wait to see more. And I wonder how like Soga seems like he might be being treated a little differently right now. And he's like, why is he like smiling at me and everything after all that just happened? So I do wonder if we're going to be going down a storyline of like redeeming Soga a little bit. Like I feel like we're on that path. I feel like we started that path as soon as he called them for help. So we'll have to see. But that's going to be it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed. Check out my Patreon if you want to see more. 2 episodes ahead of time on the early access tier, so you can catch episodes 7 and 8 on there right now. Check that out if you're interested. Links in the description below, or it should be popping up on the screen. There's more content on there too, so check out the other tiers and everything, and I will see you in my future reactions. Bye-bye.